Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. Stitchin with Sue here, also known as Susan Timchak. I'd like to welcome you to my channel. If you're brand new here, be sure to check it out. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. If you're brand new here, I'd love to have you as a new subscriber. It's the red rectangle box. And once you click on that and subscribe, you'll see little bells that will open up. If you hit the bell that is totally filled in, you will be notified when I upload new videos. And I'm excited to tell you I found my microphone, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I know it's been a little while. I'll kind of go through some things. Oh, I'm looking at something. Hold on. You ever like look up and you see something and it looks like it has about a ½ inch of dust on it? That's what I'm seeing on my don't quit sign. Oh, my goodness. Sue is not very good at housekeeping as far as decorations on the wall. There, I got rid of that. Now all the dust will be flying in the air and it'll look like that there's little orbs in my room. Here to do a machine embroidery video. You may be saying, my goodness, you have been posting a lot of videos, but there have not been any machine embroidery videos. Well, I took a little break. I've been working on a commission for someone that wants quite a lot of the sun coasters. And I ran out of water-soluble mesh stabilizer. So I ordered new stabilizer, and when it arrived, it was the clear plastic one, which is not suitable for doing that. So I had to put another order in and wait for that, and they finally arrived. So in the meantime, I've been working on my Stampin' Up! Business. So be sure to check those out. You know, it's okay to do more than one craft. How many of us do multiple crafts? So I saw something online, and you know, I keep telling you I'm using up what I have, but I couldn't not order this, and they were having 40% off. The what I'm going to do for you today is purchase through Embroidery Library, and let me drag my laptop over. And it is Embroidery Library. They were having, and also it says Urban Threads. They were having a sale. So there were two different designs. One is a little sweater ornament for Christmas. The other is this gnome, and I haven't finished them yet, but here's the gnome, and it still has the water soluble stabilizer. So I did another one in purple. So there they are. Aren't they beautiful? And this is freestanding lace. So there's no fabric, it's freestanding, and you have to, well, what I have to do is put it in water and let the solution kind of disappear and kind of stiffens it up. Then what you do is, see all of these little hoops down here? You take a macrame cord and you tie them into there, and that's what has the hanging beard part, which hasn't been done yet. I just got as far as doing these. So I have two machines that are going to be going. This machine I'm working with here, this is a 4x4 hoop size. Okay, so it comes in different sizes. When you go to unfortunately, the one thing I don't like about their site is, you know, when you buy designs from other places, they give you the multiple sizes. For this website, you choose what size you want. So if you want the smaller one, it's one price, the next one is another price, and yada yada. But this one fits in the 4x4 hoop, and the type of stabilizer I'm using is this one. So this is the plastic one, but this is a heavy duty one. It's much heavier than the normal plastic. Let me see, do I have the normal plastic? Well, I want to call it plastic. Let me see if I can put this in front of you. See, it's this very thin one, and this is the one that you would put on top if you're doing something that has a nap to it, like if you're doing kitchen towels or bath towels or sweatshirts or something where your stitches are going to sink in, you would use this. But this other one that I purchased it's a heavy weight. So way to get around that would maybe be use a couple layers of the other one. I don't know. I like this one best. It's very, very thick. Very thick and very heavy, and that's what you want, because there's a lot of stitching going on into this because there's no fabric. It's freestanding lace, and this one takes 34 minutes to do. It's 21,800 stitches, and you can do it in 3 different colors. So whatever color you want the hat, and then you do the white part, and then you do the nose. So I did, of course, purple. And what I purchased was, well, I don't know where I put it, but I have to look. I thought when I was all done, I bought a spray that does a, like a sparkly finish. And I thought that that would be a nice touch when it's all done. But it's pretty nice size. So this is the 4x4 hoop. So you can see the 4x4 hoop. You know, this size is really, really nice for that. So that's what I thought I would stitch out with you today. Now my machine was kind of doing a lot of breakage of stoppage of thread and things like that. I'm not sure if it's a design flaw. I just changed my needle. I put a brand new needle in. When you're doing freestanding lace, you want to make sure your top thread is going to be the same as your bottom thread, because when you turn it over, you want it to all be matchy. So you don't want to have white thread in the bottom, or on the back is going to be white thread. So when it's hanging on your tree and it turns around, you're going to see white thread where maybe there's purple or whatever color you're using. So right now I have a light pink because I did the red, I did the purple, and I thought these would be excellent. So of course there's the, oops, I dropped it. There's the hole on top where you would do your little hanger. Let me bend over and get that. Ooh, the struggle is real, folks, to bend over. Like I said, I have to run it under warm water. This stabilizer will just simply melt away, and what you'll be left with is the freestanding lace. And then I would go ahead and put the macrame cord through there to make the big long beard, and then you can trim that as desired. I went to look to see if there was any type of directions as far as the length or whatnot. I couldn't find anything, so it's up to your discretion how to do that. And I would just kind of, you know, take, here's my plan. I had this macrame cord from something else. Take it like this, fold it in half, and you know how you kind of, you know, put it through. You would put it through, I see bees are flying outside my window. Put it through here and put it, you know how to do that. Fold in half and put it through, and then have it hanging, and that would make your beard. I hope that makes sense. Once I finish it, I will take a picture of what they look like. So anyhow, here we are 8 minutes into it, and I haven't even started. So yeah, this is again from, they were having a sale, so I paid $5.28 to Embroidery Library Incorporated. I don't know, a DBA Urban Threads. That's where I got it from. And they were having, I believe it might have been a 50% off sale. Don't quote me on that. Might have been 50%. But between the two designs, the other one is a cute little sweater that you can hang. And I was wondering if it would fit an elf. So I'll have to try that one and see. But let's go ahead and get started. So if you're brand new to freestanding lace, I think you would really enjoy it. But you want to make sure to have the proper materials in order to begin. So I have this machine hooked up to do that. My other machine is working on the coasters, but I won't run that machine. I can do a video on that. I think I've done those sun coasters before, but I've done it on my Enovis Brother Essence. This is the Brother Enovis Essence machine, VE2300. The other machine I have is an older Brother. It's a PE 770. I'm telling you, it's a workhorse. I had taken them both in last year for service. The other one, this one is called Bob. The other one was called Bad Bob and Betty because it was always issues with the bobbin. I took it in for service and she runs like a charm. She's a slower machine, but she is a workhorse. Only does up to 5x7, so I can have both machines running at the same time working on two different projects, but that might be a little loud for you guys. So I may take it off because, let me take it out and show you how far I got with this one. Now that I got the stabilizer, I can continue to fill the commission order. So this is for the sun. I may stick this over here on the side while that's stitching and trim that out and get that running. But let's go ahead. So the first step is going to do the hat, which is 13 minutes. The second step is going to do the face, which is the white part. That is 19 minutes. And then the nose is 2 minutes. So let's see how we're going to work now that we got a new needle, got it all cleaned out, a new bobbin that matches my pink thread on top, and let's go at it. All right, here we go. Okay, so I hope everyone is doing well. Today is Saturday. Let me check the date. Saturday, August 26, 2023. And I'm going to go ahead and be over here on the side. I started using these scissors to trim out, and I'm finding I'm liking them a lot better than the other ones. I think the other ones, you know, have maybe seen their day. So I'm going to just trim this out, and we will do a little bit of a chit chat while that is stitching away. You never want to leave your machine unattended, because that would be the moment that something would happen. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've all been there. So let's just touch base with what all's been happening in my life since the last time we spoke. I have been working a lot on my stamping business, and I have almost rediscovered it. You know, I've been a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Now for the past 23 years, and I have enjoyed every single moment. It's therapy, as is the machine embroidery is another form of therapy for me. It's a way to be creative and keep yourself busy, make things, and just have fun. And of course, the YouTube channel is really brought out a lot of my creativity and sharing it with you. And I love all of you that leave comments and just let me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing. Some of you offer suggestions or, you know, different things. I enjoy hearing that as well. I don't enjoy so much the negativity, but there's not a whole lot of that. So let's, see, here we go. We're starting already with the thread. I don't know what is going on with the thread. Check and rethread the upper thread. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I may reach out to them. I don't have any caterpillaring, and that's when you take the thread out and you have like a whole bunch of it and it looks like a little bugaloo. I don't have any of that. It just keeps breaking the thread. Maybe I should turn my speed down. Let me check what my speed is set at. Let's check that. Let's see. Let me check what my speed is, and let me try to turn my speed down. I thought the speed was down, but I might have turned it back up again. Light. Let me find it. Hold on. I may have missed it. Okay, I have it on max speed. Let's turn it down to 600 and we'll see what happens. So it'll take a little bit longer, but let's see if that'll make a difference. Maybe it's going too fast. I know a lot of people never touch their speed, but it might be going too fast and breaking it. So I have it at 600. You can notice it's a little bit slower. So we'll see. I mean, it's a pain to stop and, you know, having to keep fixing it. I think so. So I did my last round of chemo last week, and I was sick as a dog. Oh my gosh. The turmoil that it creates in your digestive system, for me anyhow, with not being able to go to the bathroom, was awful. It was awful. The pain was so severe. I felt like I was going to deliver twins. That's how bloated I was. And it took me days And I won't even go into all the rest of the other issues that happened with it, but let's just say I was not feeling my best. It was very, very painful. And yeah, I don't know what usually with the chemo that I get, they had originally said there will be 6 bouts of chemo. So I've had some breaks in between because my blood levels have not been up to par. They've been too low, and it would have been too dangerous to have the chemo. But they came back up again. So this one I just finished was round 5. Now, I had been in and out of the hospital with vision issues and balance issues and swelling in my brain. So they have me on steroids now. And I'm telling you, my house has never been cleaner. I take steroids. Every 6 hours I take a steroid, and hopefully the alarm won't go off. I didn't check the time. It's usually at 6 and 12, and I set my alarm. And yeah, in 15 minutes it's going to go off. So hopefully, well, I don't know if I'll be done with the video in time for that, but I should have double checked that. So I trimmed this one all out while we were chit-chatting. So anyhow, I go on Monday. Monday I will be having an MRI, and we will see, because when I was just in the hospital the last time, the swelling that I had in my brain, which was causing the vision issues and the imbalance and just the overall everything, had increased from the MRI I had done in June, which is a little concerning to the doctors. So they want to see what it looks like now. The possibility of if it has increased and gotten any larger. I'm going to go ahead and run this machine. Being I'm over here with my microphone, maybe you won't hear it. But the PE 770 runs a little bit slower, so I think we'll be all right. So anyhow, the swelling that I had, the steroids helped immensely. The next day in the hospital, it was amazing how I could see much better. I had trouble where I couldn't read. I could see, my vision was okay, but when I saw like a whole bunch of letters together, I couldn't distinguish what the letters were. Let me grab a drink. And they kind of all ran together. But the next day after the steroids, and they put me back on seizure medication, I felt much better. So I was in the hospital a few days and discharged, and then just, had to recover. I mean, it's a rough thing. It was a very, very rough thing to go through. So Monday we'll see how the MRI is. We'll see how that radiation swelling that's there, if it has increased or decreased. And we'll go from there. The end of the week, I have they call it a tumor board meeting, where all the doctors get together and they'll discuss everything. Okay, that's stitched down good, so I'm going to let that go to the next step. And we'll see how things go. They said if it really has increased a lot, then the possibility of surgery. But the good thing about that would be that after this surgery, it would be like the same type of surgery I had for the craniotomy, which is about 7 hours. After that, I would not have to have a radiation treatment, like I had to have after the first one. So that's good news. That's good news. So just please keep me in your thoughts and your prayers, and send some positive energy around that, everything's going to work out and everything will be a-okay. And yeah, we'll see. But I'll tell you what, the steroids, my goodness, they give you energy like you have not believed you could have energy. I don't sleep a lot. I'm up a lot. I take little naps, throughout the night, throughout the day. Sometimes I'm up a lot during the night, but I get up and I do things. Every time my son and his girlfriend come over, they look around and they're like, "You moved the furniture," I'm like, "Yeah, I moved the furniture," Everything is clean. Today I had an online class with my stamping. I've been doing more stamping and more classes, trying to generate some extra income because, you know, things are tough and you need things, you want things. Let me move my curtain a little bit to get some of this fan to blow in. The sun's going to shine in. Look how pretty that pink looks. Isn't that pretty? But I've just been having a lot of extra time to do things that before I was so tired and exhausted that I did nothing. So thank you all for your concern. If you don't hear from me, it doesn't mean, you know, that anything bad has happened. Hopefully not. It just means that I need to take a break from things or I'm going through something. You know, it just seems like, you know, different things seem to pop up with this disease. I'm still wearing my Optune treatment device. We have a love-hate relationship. And I told someone said, you know, about I do name things, but I only name things that I like, and I don't really like this Optune device. So I did start calling him Ollie though. So his name is Ollie, and I told Ollie he'll be sticking around as long as he's doing his job, as long as what I'm going through is not another tumor forming. We'll be good friends. We'll be okay. So that's what's been pretty much going on. So yeah, feel free to watch my videos of my stamping. I think they're a lot of fun. People enjoy them. And I will try to do the embroidery when I can, if I have materials. Well, of course I have fabric materials. I just need to make sure I have, you know, all the stabilization. And it always seems like you have, you know, I have a lot of stabilizers, but then when you need something special, you don't have it. And many of you know now that with the seizure diagnosis, I won't be able to drive anymore. So I finally did make the decision that I will be selling my car, and I'll find other modes of transportation. Not everyone has a car. My insurance provides rides if I need them for doctors, and then they also inform me that if I need rides to go to the store, which I have everything delivered anyhow, they would provide that as well, which is wonderful. I think so. I think it's wonderful. And I have a feeling that this is going to, it's 5:53, so that means, I wonder if there's a way I can turn off the alarm so it doesn't go off. At 6 o'clock it's going to go off that I need to take my medication. Should have checked that. I'm not sure if I could do that. So if it gets abruptly cut off, you'll know why. I'll have to come back and do this in 2 separate parts because of the fact that now during Facebook Live it kind of stopped, but then it kind of, you know, I pushed something and it came back, so that may be the case. We'll just have to wait and see. So I hope you're enjoying your weekend. We had some cooler temperatures throughout the week, which was wonderful. Today it's back up to the 80s and it's the afternoon now, so the sun comes around the back of my house and then it gets warm in here. So I have my fans going. My daughter got me from Temu a neck fan, which I think I left downstairs. I had it on, but I think I took it downstairs. But oh no, it's over there. But it makes a noise, so I won't put that on now while I'm doing this. But I have a window fan, I have a ceiling fan, I have a desk fan. So once the sun kind of sets a little bit, then it will cool off a little bit in here and it'll be much nicer. But it does get hot. But I do have my water, my big huge jug of water, because I want to make sure to stay hydrated. Now, the one thing I noticed, and I had mentioned it to the doctor, was the tops of my legs when I'm walking up and down steps, very painful. And I did see that when I looked it up online, that's a part of the steroids, and it says about, you know, exercising more, which I want to say that I probably am not. but it's very difficult if I get down on my knees to do something to get back up. It's very difficult coming up steps. I also struggle a bit when I have to carry something up the steps and down the steps. And I was a little bit sad that my little remote control carpet cleaner, my little George, all of a sudden I brought him upstairs and he stopped working. So I had my son look at him and he said, well, I don't know, I think maybe he's done his time. So he did mention that they have one and their dogs are afraid of it, and you know that he would give me his, but I don't know if he would. But I do have a small handheld sweeper that I keep up here because the regular big sweeper is just way too heavy for me to carry up the steps to run the sweeper. But you know how it is in your craft room. You got little, my mother used to call them plickies all over the place, little plickies on the, you got fabric things, you got papers, you got all sorts of little things all over the place. So I will have to run the sweeper also. I'll get that little handheld sweeper and just kind of go over it quickly. But it was nice to bring him up here and I would just let him go, and he would go in every room, under the bed, do all that kind of stuff and clean the floor. And it's amazing. It's amazing what that little sweeper picks up, because yesterday I ran the sweeper downstairs, the regular sweeper, and you don't think that of course I have 2 animals. You don't think that there is that animal fur. And then when I run my carpet cleaner, oh my goodness, with the carpet cleaner, it is like another small animal passed away. I don't know where all that fur gets stuck. And I have area rugs. I don't have wall-to-wall carpeting. I have area rugs because I have, my home has all the original hardwood floors in it. So it just must stick in there. And yeah, I don't know. But it was a very eventful week. Finally, I started feeling better by Tuesday. I think it's time to change the thread. Yes, it is. Tuesday, I finally was able to, let's just say, let things loose. And things started moving. So we'll just say that. And thank God it was that day. Okay, so what I want to do now, I'm going to take this out. And I want to change to white thread. But look at how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Want to change to white thread and white bobbin. So it was 6:30 in the morning, and my dog had to go out to go potty, and I had purchased through Amazon, of course. Ooh, I'm stuck to my sticky thingy here. I need the white bobbin. And it was 6:30, so it was daylight. And normally I take my dog out front to go to the bathroom on a leash, but I thought, well, it's 6:30, I'll let her out back. I always look out in the yard, always look in the yard, and I did not. Don't you know, as soon as I opened the door and out she ran was a skunk in my yard. Oh, mother, 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 a skunk. And of course, the skunk saw her, she saw the skunk, and it was not a good experience for either one of us. So I heard the skunk spray, and so the dog, turns around, and then she goes and does her business, and the skunk waddles away. So I told my son where I saw the skunk coming in and out of the yard. So once the weather, he'll have to rig something up, but I'm sure if they want to get in your yard, they're going to get in your yard, right? It's not going to really matter. But so right away I was like, oh gosh, in the house. And this is not her first rodeo.